Welcome to TenXcellence. Today, we're diving into a captivating world of anime films. Whether you're a seasoned otaku or just starting your anime journey, there are certain movies that stand out above the rest. From breathtaking visuals to emotionally powerful stories, these films have made a huge impact on audiences around the globe. In this video, we'll be counting down the top 10 best anime movies of all time. So, let's get right into it. Number 10. Your Name, Makoto Shinkai. In another world, Your Name would be a comedy. That's what viewers expect from anything involving a body swap. Under director and writer Makoto Shinkai though, when rural girl Mitsuha and Tokyo boy Taki begin inexplicably waking up in each other's bodies, it's the start of a far grander tale of sweeping romance and shared destiny. Shinkai pays as much attention to the quiet beauty of Taki and Mitsuha's personal lives, exploring how the pair influence each other for the better without ever meeting, as he does to the cosmic ramifications of the thrilling twist he delivers. Though that's best left unspoiled here. Visually sumptuous and powered by an incredible soundtrack from Japanese rock band Wimps. It's no surprise, Your Name became one of the highest grossing anime films of all time. Number 9. Tokyo Godfathers, Satoshi Kon. When three homeless people, alcoholic Jin, trans woman Hana, and teen runaway Miyuki find an abandoned baby on Christmas Eve, the unlikely trio set out to find her parents. It's a quest that sees them crossing paths with Yakuza bosses, dodging hitmen, and stumbling into strip clubs. Not exactly your typical schmaltzy festive movie then. Realized in director Satoshi Kon's signature realistic style and painted in a muted, dingy palette, Tokyo Godfathers surprises as a film able to flip from hilarious to heartbreaking at moment's notice. But as the histories of its central cast are revealed, it ultimately reveals itself as a love letter to the power of chosen families. This year, skip the annual viewing of It's a Wonderful Life and give this unexpectedly uplifting holiday treat a watch instead. Number 8. The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, Isao Takahata. The final film from Studio Ghibli's co-founder Isao Takahata takes its inspiration from one of Japan's oldest folk tales, the tale of the bamboo cutter. When an old man finds a tiny baby in bamboo stalk, he takes the divine child home to raise her with his wife. What follows is an exploration of the small wonders of a mortal life and the abject tragedy of each one's loss, culminating in a heart-rending denouement that will hit you harder than you can ever possibly imagine. Brought to life with impressionistic brushstroke visuals and awash in gentle watercolors, it looks like nothing else the famed animation house has ever produced, making Princess Kaguya all the more impactful, an incredible legacy for Takahata. Number 7. Perfect Blue, Satoshi Kon. Perfect Blue follows entertainer Mima Kurigoe as she tries to graduate from girl group starlet to serious actress. But not all of her fans are keen on her shedding her squeaky clean pop idol image. Stalked by an obsessive admirer and stressed by the demands of an upcoming role taking her out of her comfort zone, Mima's reality begins to shatter when she stumbles upon a website that somehow contains her own diary entries, ones she has no recollection of writing. A psychological thriller that predicted the surge of celebrity obsession the 20th century would bring. Satoshi Kon's dark saga is deeply unsettling at times, but utterly gripping throughout. It's frequently compared to Hitchcock's best works, and absolutely deserves such lofty associations. Number 6. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Mamoru Hosoda. When high schooler Makoto Kono gains the ability to travel through time, she initially sees it as a way to engineer her idea of a perfect life, retaking exams, improving her social standing, and avoiding awkward romantic entanglements. Unfortunately, just as she realizes that her leaps through time are causing others to suffer, she also learns she only has a few leaps left to fix everything. A reimagining, rather than direct adaptation, of author Yasutaka Tsutsu's classic 1960s science fiction novel. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time is not only a gorgeous piece of animation, but a poignant examination of free will and the spontaneity of life. Although director Mamoru Hosoda had already made his feature directional debut with some Digimon and One Piece franchise flicks, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time was where he truly cemented his standing as one of Japan's most talented and insightful creators. Number 5. Grave of the Fireflies, Isao Takahata. An utterly harrowing child's eye view of Japan at the end of World War II. Grave of the Fireflies follows Sita and his younger sister Satsuko, orphaned after an American firebombing on Kobe. Desperate to protect Satsuko, Sita initially seeks support from extended family, only to be manipulated and eventually discarded, and things only go downhill from there. Yet somehow, between countless tragic scenes of sheer emotional devastation, there are small moments of beauty to be found, even when things are at their darkest. A far cry from Studio Ghibli's typically whimsical, enduring output, Isao Takahata's examination of shared national trauma remains perhaps its singularly most important work, a searing tale of desperation, catastrophe, and grief. Number 4. Millennium Actress, Satoshi Kon. 30 years ago, renowned actress Chiyoko Fujiwara retired and took up a reclusive life far from the cameras and fame she once lived for. Now, documentary makers Genia and Kyoji track down the elusive star for a retrospective interview on her career, a story that spans decades and weaves the aspiring filmmakers into Chiyoko's life and numerous acting roles as her recollections blur the line between screen and reality. Satoshi Kon's follow-up to Perfect Blue and his last cel-animated work saw him elevate his considerable talents with a love letter to not just cinema, but specifically Japanese cinema, using Chiyoko's story to present the glories of samurai-era jidaigeki, special effects-laden tokusatsu, and giant monster kaiju films in exquisite animated form. If you love film, you can't help but love Millennium Actress. Number 3. Spirited Away, Hayao Miyazaki. When young Chihiro unwittingly steps into a twilight world where humans should not venture, even her name is taken from her. Now known as Sen, she finds herself forced to work at a magnificent supernatural spa, catering to the mercurial whims of yokai and spirits even as she struggles to reclaim her identity and return to the life she once knew. Miyazaki's dreamlike fantasy world, rooted in a mixture of Shinto and Buddhist imagery, is one of his most compelling creations, turning a coming-of-age fable into something with unexpected depth and meaning. No surprise that it netted him his first Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. With its loose structural similarities to Alice in the Wonderland and The Wizard of Oz, Spirited Away is also the perfect entry point for Western audiences unfamiliar with Studio Ghibli or anime as whole, and will undoubtedly leave them wanting more. Number 2. Akira, Katsuhiro Otomo. A dark vision of a broken future, Akira grabs viewers by the throat from the off, dragging them along on a brutal opening brawl between biker gangs on the streets of post-apocalyptic Neo-Tokyo, culminating in protagonist Canada's iconic bike slide, one of the most homaged shots in animation history. In its wake, Canada's best friend Tetsuo is awakened to vast telekinetic powers, an evolution that could destroy the world for good. Katsuhiro Otomo's strikingly ambitious adaptation of his own earlier 1982 manga, which was still being published at the time, leading to some major differences between the two. Dazzled with a mix of intricate urban landscapes, astounding detail, think painstakingly animated shards of shattered glass, and frenetic action that set a new standard for what could be done in animation. Even as the medium has shifted to digital production, it's a standard that has rarely been matched since. It's no exaggeration to say that Akira changed the world. Number 1. Princess Mononoke, Hayao Miyazaki. The delicate balance between humanity and the natural world is perhaps the paramount theme of Hayao Miyazaki's work, and nowhere is that more apparent than in this spectacular dark fantasy epic. Set in the 13th century, Princess Mononoke follows Prince Ashitaka, exiled from his village after being cursed by a rampaging demon. Tracing the beast west in a search of a cure, Ashitaka finds himself caught between San, a human girl raised by wolf gods and a protector of the forest, and Lady Eboshi, an industrialist stripping the forest to mine for iron ore, but in turn providing a home and purpose for society's outcasts. Throughout, Miyazaki rejects a simple good-evil binary and refuses to side with either of his heroines, instead presenting the hidden beauty of both worlds. Whether the inquisitive spirits and awesome gods inhabiting the woods, or the warmth and community of Ebony's Iron Town, and challenging audiences to come to their own conclusions. The result is a deeply complex, morally nuanced work that feels increasingly relevant to our ecologically disparate times. That it's also a creation of almost unparalleled person dedication on Miyazaki's part. He's said to have personally drawn or retouched around 18,000 of the film's 144,000 cells, and features one of composer Joe Hisaishi's finest scores, only helps to establish Princess Mononoke as the pinnacle of anime features. And there you have it, our top 10 best anime movies of all time. Whether you agree with our picks or have your own favorites, one thing's for sure, anime has given us some of the most unforgettable cinematic experiences. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more top 10 list content. Let us know in the comments which movies you think should have made the list, or if there is any we mentioned that you are planning to watch next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.